Hello and welcome to episode 115 of Writing in the Weeds. We are kicking off season number 4.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! We're not really sure what seasons are in the podcasting world because Jenny and I honestly are just flying by the seat of our pants with this whole stuff. We have learned so much, and we thought that we would just change our seasons up. We're going to start season number 4, and we're going to do that by having a bit of a discussion around reflections. And we're going to reflect a little bit ourselves and then maybe give you an opportunity to reflect a little bit. So if you have a pen and paper handy, even pull out the notes on your phone, you might want to play along. So I'm Natasha Lockie. I want to welcome you if you are new here. Thank you for finding us. If you've been here before, please say hi because, we're friends and stuff. So leave us a comment or send us a note or just let us know that you're listening because we really appreciate that you're here for the ride. I am joined by my co-host, Jenny Brandon. And yeah, we're going to just kick this off. We're going to ask each other a couple of mindset reset questions. And this is a really good exercise to do if you're ever a little stuck, especially if you're feeling like you're kind of spinning the wheels and not getting anywhere and you're really not feeling like you're winning. To do this with a friend or just on your own with your journal, whatever, this is a super helpful exercise. So the first question is, Jenny, can you give me a win that you've had in the last 24 hours?
24 hours. So we just got back from vacation on Monday. So my week has been very scrambled and I cannot figure out what day of the week it is because of that. So I will say though that we have managed to get most of everything put away. And yesterday we did in fact manage to get the grocery shopping done for the week. So despite the fact that our week did not start out the same way our quote routine would start, we were still able to get the grocery shopping done, which is a big deal for us because if we don't and we don't actually make a plan for meals, then that means that eating out becomes super, super tempting. And that's bad for the budget, that's bad for our waistlines, that's bad for a lot of things. So I think the biggest win of yesterday was actually managing to get the grocery shopping done. So check that off the list. And so what's your win for the last 24 hours?
Mine, I'm just going to go with the fact that I did my yoga practice this morning. It was 15
Nice.
minutes. I started my 45 and 45 practice and I was doing really good. And then we went away and then we went away again. And then I tweaked my knee. And so I've kind of been not doing my yoga. I did give myself permission that I'm not going to be super strict on this one because we're traveling. So this morning I had 15 minutes, so I did a 15-minute yoga. And so I'm really proud. And it wasn't a problem with my knee. Kneeling is a little bit of a struggle, but that's okay. So I'm going to check that one off. I got back on my yoga practice, which
Sweet.
feels amazing. Okay, so number 2 is let's go with a win from the last 3 months. Just one.
Yeah, I think the fact that I completed the somatic writing course with Laura Michelle, it was a 40-day course, and I knew going into it that I had done some of the mini courses with her before. I had done some experimenting with things before. I like writing. I don't actually have a problem writing. And I got exactly what I hoped out of the course, which is to solidify that as a practice for myself. So since the course started, I actually have not missed any days of writing, even when we went on vacation. I almost kind of missed it one morning, and then I decided that we were going to the beach that afternoon, so I actually did it on the beach, which was really super cool experience. So that is now a part of my daily practice, and I am happy to have that as an additional tool in my toolbox that I'm working with to help work with my nervous system, work with my body, and making sure I'm receiving the information that is there for me so that I'm actually processing what's going on and not just getting stuck in emotions and stuff. So yeah, that one makes me pretty happy. That it feels like a big deal, even though it's a small thing. It probably doesn't take me any more than like 15 minutes, like maybe 10 more minutes in my morning routine. So it's not like a huge time burden. and feels really, really good. So that's my 3-month win. So what is yours? So from the last 3 months, what's your win?
I'm going to go with the money course for Laura Michelle. I'm at like day 17. And the problem I have, or one of the things that comes up for me, is that I have been like, when am I going to do it? So I watched something and it said that the 7 minutes that you have between waking up and being awake is like when our subconscious is the most malleable, and we can literally change our lives in that space. And so I was like, you know what? When I start to wake up and I don't want to get up yet, I'm going to combat that by throwing my earphones in and doing my 10-minute meditation, which is the money program. And I have to be able to download the audio before I go to bed in order for me to be able to do this. And so there's been a couple of days, like this morning was one of them, where I forgot to do it last night before I turned the internet off. And so on those days, what I've done is I've just done the same one as yesterday. So I haven't skipped it. I've just repeated yesterday's, and then I will endeavor to do today's at some point, and it might be right before I go to bed tonight when I actually do today's. But I'll probably do today's twice, and it's all good. I haven't skipped a day. I've just repeated a day, and I've just made that okay. And the other really cool part around this is that I was struggling with this program. So I actually reached out to Laura Michelle and was like, hey, I want to make this easier for people. And so I'm also learning a whole new course creation program, learning management software. And I've put the course into this beautiful format, and it is so easy to use. I just open it up on my web browser. I mark as complete. It takes me to the next day. I hit download audio. It opens it up. I save it onto my phone. And it's really cool because I'm finding it really easy, which is why I wanted to do this, because before it wasn't easy for me to do. And it makes me so proud. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I did that. I created this. It looks amazing. And I am so excited. By the time you guys are hearing this recording, there will be a link for you to go and check out this program. And I really highly recommend going and taking a look at this program. If you have stuff with money, it's Train Your Body to Wealth, and it is really cool. I've noticed some really big shifts that are happening as I go along, and it's such a beautiful program, and it looks so good in its new home, and you get a new email every single day that tells you what to expect. You can download the audio and go for it. So that's my win for the last 3 months. I got a few others, but that one I'm like just super proud of. So that's that one. And then the next question is, what's your win for the next 3 months?
Next 3 months, that's the end of the year, which is kind of crazy. I think my biggest thing that I want to really have in the next 3 months is to stay consistent. Number one, with my writing practice, my daily practice, but also with publishing just information pieces for my business. So I did okay in September. It got strung out a little bit into October, but I would like to work ahead on that. Really, because the winter, the heavy part of winter tends to be a slow season for me. So I want to be able to make sure that I am prepared to go into that with a little bit more ease this year than I possibly have in past years. So that's my win that I'm going to put down for the next 3 months. So what's yours?
Mine is that I am going to generate a income of over $10,000 a month or more that comes purely from my business work. I'm going to really focus on building up my business builder services and getting some solid clients and creating a income that is purely based on me, my husband, and our work together as well with our consulting concept.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah. All right. So the next one is we're going to shift focus. So if you're listening and you're playing along here, we're going to shift focus into a podcast. So I want you to think about something that is really important, a project that you do in your life that you want to laser focus in on. So the first little reflection, we were just dealing with general. As you heard, Ginny and I are all over the map, whether it's our exercising, our yoga, our eating, whatever it is. But now we're going to talk about the podcast. So, this being the first episode of season 4. So, let's skip the 24 hours and we're just going to go straight to what do you think our biggest win is from the last? You can either do the last season or you can do the last 3 months of our podcast. I'll let you choose.
I think I'm going to go with the entire season of season 3. When we look at the numbers of episodes, I think we've only missed maybe 1 week. So we were able to put out an episode every week in the last year, coming back to the fall of last year, which is awesome because the first year was about an average of, I think, every other week. And then season 2 was like probably missing one every month or two. And so to finally be up to full speed of being able to manage putting out an episode every week, I think that's a really huge win for us. The presentation might not be perfect, our marketing might not be perfect, but if we don't actually get the episode out, none of the rest of the stuff matters. So we might as well get the episodes out imperfectly and then work on refining everything else, which I guess that would be the transition into the next goal. What is your reflection on season 3 at this point?
Yeah, well, we are so close to our 90-day download statistics. We are so close to it being at 1,000. We're not at 1,000 downloads an episode yet, but our 90-day downloads, we've gone from like 600 to like 900 and something in the last month or so. So I'm feeling really, really good about just that increase in seeing those numbers going up. Because if we can hit 1,000 in 90 days, then I know that we're well on the way to hitting that 1,000 in 30 days. It's just around the corner at that point. So I'm super excited about that. And then my consistency in just getting a little bit more content out each week in regards to our promotion of it. I've been super stoked about that. I have fallen off a little bit the last couple of episodes. And so, again, I'm about to scroll into the win for the next one. So I'm just going to stop talking and leave it at just, yeah, I'm super excited about our numbers. So that feels really good. And as well as just like being consistent, even though life is not always consistent, I think. Right now, if you're watching us on YouTube, you may notice that it looks like I'm in a completely different day. Jenny's still in the same day, but I got kicked out of the office because my boss was having a meeting in there and I don't technically work here anymore. So I had to come back down to the camper, kick my husband out. It's cold. So I put on my sweater and I'm in a completely different outfit, different location. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We're finishing this up anyway. And I think that's something else that's a huge win for us is just, as you said, imperfect, right? We just keep moving. And hey, you know what? They're saying that that's what people are after. This perfectly polished stuff is not really... It's not real. What's the point? Okay, so the last one here, and again, if you're following along, this is just something that's important to you. And so our last one here is win for the next season. Really, what's our future visioning look like for the podcast for the next season?
Yeah, well, I think it's important to just say with intention that, again, our goal is to get an episode out every week. Because I feel like if we don't continue to make sure that is an intention that we have, that it would be easy to slide on that. So I think that's the foundation of where I would like to keep the podcast is at an episode a week. And I think the goal that I would like to have is to continue to work ahead so that we are producing episodes that are for the coming weeks rather than the race that we have experienced most of season 3, which was, oh my God, record. Now I have to like rush through editing to get it back to you in time, to get it loaded at the right time so that we're reasonably consistent on the day and time that we publish our episodes. But it would be nice to have a little bit more breathing room in our schedules and in our rhythm. And I think that now that we've sort of mastered the once a week thing, it's like, okay, can we take it to the next level and begin to produce episodes maybe a month in advance? I mean, it'll feel weird in a way to like talk about things as if we're recording, like it's October, so that would mean we're recording for November, which is Thanksgiving already. So it's an interesting thing to wrap my head around, but I also feel like it would be a lot more useful for us and our schedules and our rhythm to be able to produce with a little bit more freedom and ease in what we're doing, so that we get the recording out of the way and then we have more time to be able to handle the back end work to get it all set up to go out. Because this is pretty much a labor of love at the moment. And it's also a way that both of us really work through ideas and things that we have that we also recognize other people are struggling with, but we're not making profit on it. So having the practice to be able to make this smooth and easy for ourselves, it only helps my business. It only helps me show up for my business better. So it's not something that isn't beneficial, even if it doesn't, quote, make money. But I don't think that's the reason we have to do things in this world anyway. I have a lot of fun doing this. So if I can look for more ways to bring in more ease, I think that that will also trickle over into the other areas of my life, because that's what this is about, right? This is about taking the skills that we learn in one area and being able to transfer them into another area. So that's what I'm looking forward to expanding into for our 4th season on the air, which is like really super exciting.
Yeah, I'm with you with all of that. And that dovetails into where I want to be is if we can get these episodes ready a little bit earlier, then I can do more shorts. I can produce more content from the content that we're creating, so that we've got more out there, right? And be able to have a little bit more social media presence, a little bit more stuff going on, because you're absolutely right. I've got the LinkedIn article ready to go, but it's harder to publish. Like yesterday, if I publish it, then I've got to wait to put my embeds in, and then I can't press go on those. But I could have several of them scheduled, which might mean that I actually write more than one article a week on Substack and one article a week on LinkedIn, which I would love to be producing more content, but it's sort of stalled right now at this, like, I do a whole lot of content around Wednesday and then nothing else happens for the rest of the week. And what I would like to see is more content going out, so that we have a greater wealth of resources that we're building in our Substack membership. We can turn on the paid subscription for that and really offer some bonus episodes, some short stuff, like us doing stuff individually that can be a little bit more unedited, and just really expand the brand out a little bit more. And yeah, that's what I think I would like us to do. And then the other side of that is I really want to bring you, the listener, more opportunities, right? Like the money course that I'm doing, we're going to have an affiliate for that. So we'll be able to offer a 10% discount because you're a show listener, and then have that available for you. The somatic writing course that Ginny's just done, that's the next one that I'm going to be putting up into the program, that again we'll be able to offer a discount to. And things like the yoga program I use in a Dimension TV, if you want a 30-day free membership to that right now, normally they offer a 10-day discount, but if you use my referral link, you can actually do it for 30 days. I highly recommend even just doing the 30 days and then turning it off. And just having more of those resources that we love and we use available to you guys. The YNAB that Ginny has with the budgeting, just bringing that referral link in, seeing if we can get you guys a discount on that. And then Ginny's got some courses that she's going to create around how to use YNAB. So just really allowing our ability to help from our experience and give you the tools that we're using at a discount, and having more of those opportunities available to the listener is something that I would like to really delve into. That's what I see for our future vision, is just really building out the resources and what we're doing for our podcast listeners, because obviously we're over here riding in the weeds and we're finding these tools and finding things that help us. And so the next iteration and the next season is us really stepping into that space and being like, hey, this helps us. We want it to help you too. So yeah, that's my future vision there. And so for those of you who are like listening, I hope that that's been really helpful. I hope that you were able to think of some things for yourself. And the future visioning is so helpful. I think Maybe one of our next podcast episodes might be to just do a little workshop around future visioning. And together we'll sit and do my future vision exercise. Jenny and I can do it ourselves as an example, but also have some journaling and some space for you guys to actually step into using these tools and making it so it's something that you can listen to if you're just out for a walk and then go and use it, or if you're sitting at home and want to grab a journal, we'll let you know that that's what the episode is about, because those are pretty amazing tools. I don't know if I told you, Jenny, but I was listening to my girlfriend. She was a guest on a podcast, and she started talking about her friend and how they had done an exercise, a future visioning exercise together, and from that future visioning exercise all these things had happened, and I was like, hey, that's me, I'm the friend.
That's so cool.
That's my exercise. I need to do that more. And it was really cool. I felt kind of famous for a moment, like I was the guru that was being talked about. So yeah, I need to do more of those exercises, and bringing those to you guys as well, I think, is really important.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's pretty much our reflections. Do you have anything you really want to add to this episode?
Well, I'll throw it out there that I think that some of those little mini workshops we should do live. We can go live on Substack, and we could do it as a live event to be able to bring you guys stuff that's happening real time and just walk through some of those things. I think it would be fun to do. And then you guys can show up. If you're listening, you can plan to show up and just be on and say hi to us. And yeah, I think that would be a great way to expand. More options, more things available. So I'm really excited for the next year.
Yeah, me too. So stay tuned, team, because this is what's coming up. Yeah, well, maybe even it's a monthly thing that we do. Yeah. Once a month, we'll bring a workshop of some sort to you guys through the Substack membership. And for right now, that's going to be offered. We're still free. If you join, you will get in. And as soon as we start offering these workshops, then we might put them behind the paywall. So if you join now, you get rolled into the paid membership, I think. I'm not sure how that works in Substack, but I'd like that to be the case.
That's on how we set it up. But yeah, for now it's free. So come join, come hang out, come keep an eye on events and things. And it'll be posted there first for sure, whatever we're planning to do. So that'll be our hub, I think, for all the things. So yeah, stay tuned.
All right. Well, this was super fun. I am Natasha Lockie. I'm a business builder. I'm a life performance coach, and I am a wanderer of the world. And by the time you guys listen to this, I will probably be in Mexico, or at least really, really close. So that is also part of my future wins, is setting my life for the winter up in Mexico, and then seeing what I'm going to build for the rest of the next foreseeable future. So yeah, follow my journeys on Betty Go Hard at Instagram and a little bit on Facebook. I'm really hating Facebook right now, so I'm trying to transition into more Instagram, but I can't go live on Instagram because I'm still like 50 people away from being able to go live on Instagram. So I'll let you know where I am by the time you get this.
Awesome. I am Jenny Brandon. I'm an animal communicator and energy healer for animals and their people too. And you can find me on the web at soulpetconnections.com and on Substack, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under the same handle. So we really appreciate you hanging on through this ride through the weeds with us today. If you are new, we'd love to hear your perspective on things, and drop us a comment or like and share and let us know you're out there. We would love to hear from you. And other than that, we will see you again next time.
We'll see you next week. Thank you, guys.